fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the XL-15 with Buzz Lightyear from the Lightyear Hyperspeed series from Mattel. So this is a new line of toys based on the upcoming Pixar movie, and it just kind of looked really neat to me. They're just tiny little ships with these tiny little figures included. You can, of course, put them inside the cockpit. They have some retractable landing gear, and they have a bunch of different ships available. They all come with little figures. So I just thought they looked kind of cool. So we're going to dive in and check out this one, and I will go ahead, get it out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look. So here's everything you get in the package. Of course, you have the little ship, and then you have your tiny Buzz Lightyear figure. And honestly, for as small as it is, it's got a decent amount of paint applications. I'm pretty impressed with it. You can see that they just frosted the dome so you can't actually see a head inside. You can almost kind of see a shadow, like maybe there is something inside, but maybe they just didn't want to paint the inside because it would be too intricate. But honestly, a spacesuit has some pretty good paint applications. You got the green going all the way around down on the boots and on the chest. No paint applications on the hands or arms. Now, you can move the arms around, and then you can also kick the feet forward 90 degrees. That's pretty much it. That's all you have in terms of articulation. Just in case anyone would ask, no, they do not scale with Mission Fleet. As you can see, they're probably about half as tall as a Mission Fleet figure. But what they do scale with is Diaclone figures. So if you have any Diaclone stuff, you can see that they are roughly the same size, which is actually pretty cool. So I like that a lot. You can actually have the Diaclone figure fit inside the cockpit as well, which I'll show off in a moment. But let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the spaceship. This is the XL-15. I love the design of this ship. I think it looks really cool. I assume we're going to see this a lot in the upcoming film. But it's got some great paint applications. The blue and the white really look good together. You have a little bit of like dark gray. You have the nice translucent yellow here for the canopy. It does have retractable landing gear, so they just kind of pop right in there. Now, it also looks like there's a spot for a base to connect, so that you could kind of display these, hovering in the air. A base is not included, so there's nothing in the packaging, but I'm wondering if maybe they'll sell them later on, or if it's meant to work with a base that maybe they sell for something else. But it definitely looks like there's a connection spot there for a base. But yeah, overall, I think it looks pretty cool. It doesn't really do anything. There's no articulation other than the opening cockpit, so there's no like missiles or guns or anything on it that move around. And you just kind of have to get your fingernail in here to kind of pop this open. I kind of find it a little difficult. I actually find it a little bit easier to kind of grab the side of it over here and then just flip it open. It's kind of not really spring-loaded, but it's kind of naturally, it wants to stay open. And you can see the cockpit inside has some nice paint applications as well. And then we just kind of take our little Buzz Lightyear, bend him slightly at the waist, and then he just slides right in there. And then you can go ahead and close that up. And you can kind of see him inside, which I think is really cool. So I think that's fun. I like this a lot. Now, like I said, I'm going to open this back up. You can absolutely fit a Diaclone pilot in here. So we'll just do the same thing. Kind of bend him slightly at the waist or in the legs. And then just kind of lie him in there. And then close this up. And you can see he fits very easily inside. He's a little bit smaller. Definitely not as thick as Buzz Lightyear because he doesn't have the bulky spacesuit parts. So you can easily fit a little Diaclone figure in there too if you like, which I think is pretty cool. This cockpit really can be kind of a pain. I kind of always have to get my nail in there on the side to pry it open. But yeah, I think that's cool. So like I said, if you have some Diaclone, play sets or anything like that, you could have this dock there or just have it kind of compatible with all the Diaclone stuff. Obviously, can't really connect any Diaclone stuff to this unless somehow you can get something to interact with that port there on the bottom. But I think this is pretty cool. It's a very simple toy, but it's a fun little toy line. I kind of like little miniatures like this. I think it's kind of neat. I believe this was $10, $10, $12, what I guess, kind of whatever the new price hike is for everything that used to be $10. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. And I do like the retractable landing gear. I do wish that, they would either tell us if they're going to be selling bases or maybe have included one. If they had included one, I think that would 100% make it worth the price, because I would like to kind of display this on a base. But I do appreciate the landing gear so that in the meantime, I can kind of just display it like this. I think this is a pretty fun little first entry into the line. I think the ship looks great. A lot of great paint applications. The opening canopy is nice. I like that it's transparent so you can see the figure inside. Retractable landing gear is nice. I appreciate that it has a spot for a base. I just wish they would make them readily available or just include one in with the release, because I would love to kind of display these, you know, hovering in the air so it looks like they're flying. I think that'd be really cool. Figure looks pretty good. You know, not a ton of articulation for but how small it is. I think it's definitely reasonable. Paint applications on the figure look good. Would have been nice to actually see the head inside the dome, but I get it. Transformers kind of does the same thing with like Spike and Daniel. When they get real small, they just kind of paint the dome a solid color because they can't really get into the intricate details when it's that small. So I totally get that. A fun side effect is the fact that it scales with Diaclone stuff. So if you have some Diaclone stuff, you could definitely have the figures interact. Unfortunately, no magnets on the feet for Buzz, but definitely think that's kind of neat that it scales with Diaclone. So I think it's a fun little line. I think the price is maybe not 100% worth it. Maybe it's a couple dollars too much, but I think that's just because of what things cost now, inflation and whatnot, and all the delays and the shipping problems and all that kind of stuff. So I think it makes sense. But yeah, I like this one a lot. Definitely recommend checking it out. I have not seen these in stores yet. The few that I have, I got from Amazon, but I know they're still on there, and they should probably start showing up in stores soon because I believe that movie comes out later this summer. So I think this is kind of fun, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.